You rub your eyes when you are tired. It is a soft, thoughtless gesture, a quiet reset at the end of a long day in front of a glowing screen. But strip away the glass, the artificial light, and the safety of your locked doors. Imagine you are crouching in the damp undergrowth of a Pleistocene forest. The temperature is 4 degrees below freezing. Rain falls in heavy, ice-cold needles. A jagged branch scrapes across your left eye, tearing a microscopic fissure in the cornea. Instantly, your world shrinks to a blinding, white-hot agony. In this primal dark, a damaged eye is not just a temporary inconvenience. It is a beacon. The scent of blood and your sudden vulnerability draw predators from 3 kilometers away. You cannot run because your depth perception is gone. You cannot fight because the slightest movement sends a sickening spasm of pain through your skull. You are completely at the mercy of a wet, dark world that has no mercy to give. Your ancestors lived in this constant state of biological jeopardy, where a single splinter could mean the end of their genetic line. This vulnerability is not an accident. It is a fundamental, terrifying design flaw wired directly into your biology. Your immune system, the highly trained army of white blood cells that keeps you alive, does not actually know your eyes exist. They are kept in a state of forced ignorance called ocular immune privilege. Inside your skull, a blood-retinal barrier acts like a high-security vault, keeping your immune cells completely separated from the delicate tissues of your eyes. The eye is filled with unique proteins and antigens that have been hidden away since you were a microscopic cluster of cells in the womb. If this barrier is breached, if even a single drop of ocular fluid leaks into your general circulation, your body makes a catastrophic mistake. It does not recognize your eyes as part of you. It identifies them as a foreign parasite, a deadly pathogen that must be eradicated. This is sympathetic ophthalmia, a biological civil war. In 1812, a 3-year-old boy named Louis Braille accidentally stabbed his left eye with a leatherworking tool. The initial wound healed, but the leaking proteins entered his bloodstream. Within weeks, his immune system mobilized, hunting down the foreign proteins not just in his damaged left eye, but in his perfectly healthy right eye. By the age of 5, he was completely, permanently blind. Your own white blood cells will systematically dismantle your retinas, cell by cell, at a temperature of 37 degrees Celsius, burning away your connection to the physical world because your body literally does not know itself. Yet, against all evolutionary odds, you can see. The miracle that saved our species is a desperate, chemical treaty signed between your brain and your immune system 300 million years ago. To prevent the inevitable blindness caused by normal healing, the eye developed the ability to actively suppress the immune system within its own borders. Your eyes do not just hide. They fight back with chemical weapons. The surface of your eye is coated in specialized proteins like Fas ligand, which act as microscopic executioners. The moment an active, aggressive white blood cell tries to enter the ocular chamber to investigate, these proteins force the immune cell to commit suicide. It is a localized zone of absolute peace, maintained by silent, molecular violence. Your eye creates a microenvironment where inflammation is strictly forbidden. If your hand gets cut, it swells, turns red, and heats up to kill bacteria. If your eye did that, the swelling would warp the lens, the heat would cook the photoreceptors, and you would be left permanently blind anyway. The body made a radical, terrifying compromise. It decided that it was better to risk a catastrophic, total autoimmune attack than to allow the daily wear and tear of life to slowly cloud your vision. Today, you look through these fragile windows at a world of concrete and glass, feeling entirely secure. But the ancient treaty remains incredibly fragile. Every time you rub your eyes too hard, every time you experience a minor scratch, you are playing a game of biological roulette. The very cells that keep you alive, the ones fighting off cancers and viruses at this very second, are patrolling the borders of your skull, entirely unaware that just a millimeter away, behind a thin membrane of cells, lies the light of your world. You are a divided house. Your consciousness relies on a sensory organ that your own body would tear to pieces if it ever discovered the truth. It makes you wonder what else is hiding inside you, locked away in the dark, waiting for the single tear that lets the monsters in. If your own body cannot trust itself to see, how can you ever trust what you are looking at?